Committee on Parole is called back to order. The time is 2:33. Our next case is Mr. Daniel Smith. Mr. Smith, would you please give us your full name and your DOC number?
Daniel Smith, 130584.
Mr. Smith, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record. And at the appropriate time, we will allow the participants who've indicated a willingness to speak to have their input. And those persons are supporting you, Mr. Kerry Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project. Mr. Randall Meyer is in opposition from the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. And at the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement before the board votes. Do you understand our process, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is a matter of Daniel Smith, DOC number 130584. Mr. Smith's date of birth is October the 9th of 1973. He is a second-class offender. He has a parole eligibility date of October the 9th of 2018, an adjusted good time date of January the 28th of 2043, and a full term date of October the 18th of 2053. He's currently serving a 60-year sentence on 2 counts of armed robbery and 1 count of armed robbery after having been adjudicated a habitual offender. The sentencings were on May the 28th of 1993, as well as February the 7th of 1994 and June the 14th of 1994. Mr. Smith, does that sound basically correct to you?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Ms. Pearl Wise. Would you please, she will begin our interview process. Would you please answer any questions she might have?
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, Ms. Pearl.
I understand that you're hard of hearing. I saw that in your record. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're gonna have to speak up and move that mic close to you, and we can see. Oh, you got something on that's gonna help. Good, good, good. All right, they're taking care of it. Good, good. And call out for the record how old you are today.
49.
You're 49. And how long you been in jail on this charge?
November of this year will be 31.
31 years.
Yes, ma'am.
On what's your sentence? 31 years on a what's your sentence? 60 years. 60 years. All right. Do you remember when you first got arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you?
Just turned 19.
No, I'm talking about as a juvenile. I'm talking about first got arrested.
16.
Nope, you was about 14. Well, because you hadn't had your birthday yet, July 16th of 1988 for a simple burglary. That's what the record shows.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. And then it wasn't charged. Then you got arrested August of 88, then September of 88, October of 88, November of 88. Got into drugs. It was damage to property, criminal charge. Simple criminal damage to property, possession of a stolen auto. You don't remember none of that as a juvenile?
Semi, not too.
I understand.
Not too much. Ms. White.
Yeah, I just wanted to just kind of bring you into perspective there, how long you've been in and out and fooling with crimes. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. You got 143 write-ups and it's 31 years. That's kind of high. That really is kind of high. Your last write-up, tell us about them. August of 21. You had a 3 and a 5. You remember what happened?
Yes. As I explained to the warden yesterday, I had made trustee in Angola, and I had been on the job for like 3 years, 4 years. And me and my boss ladies had got to develop a communication to where we was playful. And this morning here, security had walked down on us playing, and everybody got rolled up.
Oh, okay. And you only have 75 days of programs. Why? Why you don't have more programs?
I have everyone that I have every class that's basically necessary.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah, because usually, you can get up to 300 days of programs. It's kind of something that I look at. You do have a lot of certificates for other things, but so you feel like you've taken everything you need to take? That's what you're telling me?
yes, ma'am.
You did have living in balance in 2019. Yeah, thank you for a change. I do see that.
Wise. Ms. Wise,
Yes, sir.
this is, those were records. He wasn't eligible for any kind of good time before 2017, 11/1/17. So it's only gonna reflect the 75 days from.
I cannot hear you.
We're
I'm
having
sorry,
trouble
I
hearing.
cannot hear you. You're breaking out.
He was only eligible for CCRP credits after 11/1/17, after the law.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay,
only gonna reflect what he had after.
okay. All right, thank you for explaining that. Okay, because that sure looked funny. All right, and this, you had a hearing in March 12th of 2019. You had 2 grants and 1 denied. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, we like to look at how you've been doing since your last hearing. And that's why that write-up is, is rather concerning. You're currently enrolled in victim impact, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How's it going?
I'm learning
Going good?
a lot.
You're learning a lot. I'm glad to hear that. And I do want, and this is something that's concerning for me. You were on supervision for an armed robbery when you committed this armed robbery. You got put on supervision 10/10 of 92, and then you got revoked May 18th of 93. So you didn't do well on supervision. And that's concerning for me. Tell me what you're gonna do different. If you're on supervision this time, what you gonna do different?
Oh, I'm gonna work this time. This time I'm as wise. I'm 49. I'm not 19 anymore, and I have a different mind state. I have, I understand responsibilities now. I understand freedom. I understand that, as a man, you have certain aspects in life that I learned patience. I understand self-discipline now. I'm not the same 19-year-old.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That is really good to hear. That's and on your education, how have you coming on your GED?
I got my GED in Louisiana Penitentiary in 2002.
In 2000, okay, good, good. I feel like I saw that, but I wasn't sure. And I do want to state for the record that you did get a letter of commendation for CPR 11/22 of 2012. Well done. Are you still CPR certified?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still certified. I was the instructor before I left, but yes, I'm still certified until 24.
Okay, good, good. Oh, that's really, really good to see. And that shows that you're starting to care about people. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I think I saved a life at that time. So that's what the recommendation came from. Yes, ma'am.
You say you think you did.
Yeah, I saved a life.
The accommodation didn't say whether you did or didn't. I didn't want to ask, but okay. Okay.
He was
And
alive.
no, right. Good, good, good. Because sometimes, you can do all that and they don't make it. So that's why I didn't want to talk about it. Now, you were on the working cell block in 2015. So I just want to state this for the record. So you hadn't had any write-up since 2015 besides that one in 2021. So you had demonstrated a great deal of improvement in terms of your write-ups. You do have law enforcement opposition. There's nothing you can do about that. So tell me about your release plans. If you're successful today, where would you live and how would you support yourself?
I'm basically requesting to go to a transition house upon my release. But after the transition house, I have my sister's address in Fort Worth, Texas. I also have a associate of mine who has a trucking company, Around the Clock Trucking, who already has it assigned for me to go back to school from 0 to 9 months with experience and get my CDL. Once I get my CDL, he'll put me out of state. Told me I have the choice between in-state or out of state. He chose out of state because I wouldn't have to deal with the red lights and the traffic. So once I come out of school, I'll get my CDL. Once I get my CDL, I'll be on that highway, Ms. Wise.
And you're thinking about moving to Dallas, right? Going with your sister in Fort Worth after you get through the transition house.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there was some time you were in Arkansas. What was that about? You lived in Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that about? When did you live in, when did you live in Arkansas?
I never lived in Arkansas.
Okay, what I was seeing. All righty, that's all I got to ask of you. Warden, what can you share with us about this, Mr. Smith?
Well, I mean, my only recommendation, Ms. Wise, on Daniel is that I'd like to see him complete the victim impact work he's in right now.
Okay. Thank you, Warden.
Thank you, Warden. Now let's hear from Mr. Kerry Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project.
Yes, good afternoon. Kerry Myers with Louisiana Parole Project. We want to just let the board know that we're here to provide transitional services to Mr. Smith. We were actually aware of Mr. Smith, but one of our board members actually contacted us and asked us to support Mr. Smith after looking at his record, after looking at his programming, and looking at his long-term transitional plan. We thought Mr. Smith would be an excellent candidate for our transition program. We want to be able to provide him the services that he's going to need after 31 years of incarceration, and prepare him for that next step when he does move out of state. So he will get the full advantage of our case management, of the programming, the technology, the financial literacy, social norms. He'll have his evaluations by our social worker. He'll have the coaching of a mentor who will help him through each step of this transition. So based on the totality of this plan, we'd ask that you grant Mr. Smith today.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. So Mr. Randall Meyer with we'll now hear from the opposition, Mr. Randall Meyer with the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office.
Good afternoon, Randall Meyer, Assistant DA in Jefferson Parish, and we're opposed to Mr. Smith. He has a very violent criminal history. He's currently incarcerated for 5 separate armed robberies that occurred when he was on good time. And what really concerns me is the 143 disciplinary reports that he's had following the last hearing. One of the reasons for his denial was prior disciplinary reports, and he had another one after that. 2019 was the prior hearing because of multiple disciplinary reports, and he had one in 2021. I'm concerned with the limited programming he has had since 2019. I understand he couldn't get programming early on because of his sentence, but since 2019, he's not taking anything, so for the last 4 years. And it also concerns me that there's no family support here for him. That makes it a little bit more difficult, I think, when he is finally released to stay released. For those reasons, we're opposed.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Mr. Smith, is there anything you'd like to say to the board before we vote?
Yes, after my 2019 parole hearing, I received I want to say Thinking for a Change came after 2019, as well as my substance abuse living in balance course 1 and 2.
Is there anything, any other statement you'd like to make before to the board, before the board votes?
Yes, I'd just like the board to know and understand that, within these 31 years, I've grown. It's, ladies and gentlemen of the board, I just want a new opportunity. I'm not the same immature, naive young man that was 19 years old doing what he was doing. I just want the board to know that, I done matured, I done grew. I'm just asking the board for a new opportunity to prove that, I'm not the same. I'm different. I'm a new man. I'm a new creation with new mindset. And, I apologize for everyone that I ever hurt. I apologize for, my wrong. I apologize to my family for the hurt and pain that I caused them. And I just asked the board to just give me a shot. Just give me an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. We appreciate your comments. Board ready to vote?
I recommend executive session to discuss confidential matters related to this case. A second.
There's been a motion and a second. Please call the roll. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
There's been a request for executive session to discuss matters of a confidential nature. We're going to be at a brief recess. We will return with a decision in just a few moments. Committee on Parole is called back to order. The time is 2:56. Is the board ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Wise?
Mr. Smith, I usually don't say this on the board, but I'm a retired probation parole officer. And your disciplinary, it just was really concerning for me. I try to look past 2021, but look at the totality, how much time you served, just a lot of factors for me. And like you kept on saying, though, you are at that age where if you ain't gonna get it right, you probably won't get it right. When you're 40s, you're not a youngster now. So that tells me that you know right from wrong now. You got sense enough to know right from wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, what you do, that's all it's in your control. So I'm gonna take a chance on you. My vote is gonna be to grant conditionally after you complete that victim impact program. Due to your good programming, and that CPR certification that you got, your good programming overall, and the time served and your age. To the Louisiana Parole Project. I want you to stay there for a sufficient amount of time until they determine that you've done enough time. And I concur with the transfer to Texas after that. I'm just one vote, but best wishes to you now.
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Ms. Jackson?
All right, let me just start by saying that I think I have some Myers overload today. I got Carrie Myers, I got Randy Myers, I got Ward Myers. It's almost too much for me today. A lot of Myers.
Nobody noticed.
But, Mr. Smith, I've listened, a lot of times the way a person looks on paper is one way, and then when you talk to them and you listen to them, you get a better picture of them. And I think that happened for me today with listening to you. Looking at you on paper, it would have been easy. Nah, not. No. But I really think you have gotten it. You've turned the corner. You've been in prison for 30 years. You have the support of the Parole Project. I think that I feel comfortable that your life with crime has come to an end. So my vote today would be to grant upon completion of victim impact and approval of your Texas ICOT and a grant to the Louisiana Parole Project.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. My vote is the same. I concur. So you've been conditionally granted to completing victim impact. And then your ICOTS Texas after you complete the Louisiana Parole Project. Good luck to you, sir.